Thanks for staying with us. We are still... okay, so let's take this off with the NBA's position now, based on the suspension of the CJN. The NBA has begun a 2-day warning boycott of courts. Ambassador Marcus Bello, let me go with you first.
I don't want to use the word that they are jokers. The law has failed us, and I weep for my country. Because even the president of the NBA that is calling for this boycott has a case before the court. We're in trouble, and nobody seems to know it. When I heard that, I questioned my membership of the NBA. And I said to myself, and I've asked a few other lawyers, is it even compulsory to be a part of the NBA? Instead of the NBA to find a solution to this matter and for all of us to agree that this law is not working.
But the position of the NBA is that the executive is encroaching on the space of the judiciary.
He said, he who pays the piper dictates the tune. How is the CJN appointed? I don't want to go into that now because I know a lot of people have talked about that. The CJN is appointed by the president, subject to confirmation from the Senate. Isn't it the name he sends to Senate that the Senate will sit on? Who are we deceiving? It's the functionality of our law that is now throwing all of this up. Nigerians are becoming more aware and we are paying attention. What do we need to do? What is the emergency surgery we need to perform now to save us the embarrassment? As an ambassador, I tell you, the UK, the US, the EU, they have no right, and they know it, to even comment on our national problem. But we have left our doors open. Everybody is talking. So now it is for sensible people to come together to find the solution.
Okay.
So this 2-day boycott, I'm sure, cannot be total. It can't be total because some lawyers are saying the NBA does not pay us. The NBA cannot call out for boycott. Over what? Over an imbroglio? Over a situation that is still before the courts? Over a situation that everybody seems to be weaving in a maze, and we need to find a solution.
This is interesting. What do you make of this, Mr.
Let me say straight away that the NBA, to me, is already showing partisanship. Because once you say a decision was taken to suspend the CJN, and the immediate thing that your own reaction to it is to say you are boycotting the court, then you have become part of the problem. You won't be able to be part of the solution. Remember that the order that people should boycott court is not happening now. The NBA in the days of Gani Fawehinmi said nobody must appear before the military tribunal. Gani Fawehinmi took them up and he won at the Supreme Court. So the legitimacy of that position taken by the NBA is suspect to me. I received a lot of text message as I was coming here. Mumuni, if you have the opportunity of raising it, tell them the NBA does not pay my bill, I'm going to court. So whatever.
Are you saying that lawyers, members of the NBA, are not in agreement? Are not
very well. At what forum?
When was the decision taken?
When was the decision taken? That is the question.
So in effect, you're saying that this court boycott is ineffective ab initio?
A lot of lawyers will go to court. They will go to court because the message that I received before coming to this place is that NBA does not pay my bill, whatever. So it is, to me, sheer arrogance. Because when things concern the downtrodden Nigerians, I've never seen NBA take action. It is when it involves elites, political heavyweights, legal heavyweights, that they will say they are taking action. It is never done when it involves commoners.
Okay, all right. Well, let me. That some of my colleagues at Abuja would also like to weigh in on this conversation.
Let me ask you, Mr. Alao, Mumuni, you say that the CJN appoints members of the NJC, that comes across as though there's something wrong with that. So tell me, is that what you're saying, that there's something wrong with it? Because many will tell you that is what the law stipulates.
No, for example, what I say is that because of the way the law is constituted, you cannot have an independent, fair-minded NJC when the person that is involved in a case is a member of the NJC, the CJN, the chairman. That's the point I'm making. That is what the law says, but we say that law is terribly defective. As a matter of fact, a lot of people have suggested that when we talk about the NJC, it should be an independent body that should constitute, that should be the people to appoint the people in the NJC, so that we can, when matters of this nature arises, we'll have a clear head to look at the matter. That's the point I'm making.
Well, but you know, today, for instance, just as it's out there that the NJC will be sitting, and they also did say, the information out there is that neither Justice Onnoghen or Justice Tanko will preside over the meeting. Doesn't that suggest that they are fair-minded people, that they will come up with that decision no matter what happens?
We have read, my learned friend has read out the composition of the NJC to you. The bulk of the people in that NJC were appointed by Justice Onnoghen, the CJN. And there is a fundamental constitutional provision that says, in matters that relate to whether a case is being had, the panel, the tribunal, or the court must be constituted in a manner to guarantee its impartiality and independence. So the NJC people that will decide on the CJ's matter now will never be independent. That's the point I'm making.
Well, but you know, when you say that he appointed those members, were there no requirements that were met? He didn't pick them from the villages, did he? Because these are members of, they head the judiciary in their various states. So,
now,
for them to have been picked.
Good.
Isn't that the case?
Good, good. But it does not take away the fact that the CJN has a right to pick from a number of group of people. There are CJs in 36 states of the Federation. It says 5 CJ of states must be picked. It says 5 independent members of the bar must be picked. Some of them senior adult of Nigeria. So what I'm saying is that that law that we rely on to constitute the NJC is not giving us the best that we should have, because there is a fundamental constitutional provisions that says every adjudicating body, assuming the NJC wants to adjudicate on the CJN's matter now, is already a party to the dispute who has constituted people that will look into the matter. That's the point I'm making.
If I may just come in here also to ask you, Mumuni, the current crop of judges in the NJC who form the that body, we understand that the CJN was appointed, came into office in 2017. But there have been some of them, members of the NJC, that have been there for the past 5 years. So he may not necessarily have been the one who got them into that body.
Now, you see, the law that we have is what I'm looking at. It has told you who must constitute the NJC. And what the law says is that the CJN must be the principal constitutor of the NJC. That is clear now. That's the point I'm making. So it may be that some of them have been there before him.
Madam Marcus, let me get your thoughts, Madam Marcus. You, by and large, have pretty much latched on the NBA, practically calling them jokers because they have taken this stance to boycott the courts for 2 days. Are you saying that this is a step in the right direction and it will not, it's a step in the wrong direction and it will not achieve anything?
Good morning. The point I'm making is this, and I'm going to repeat it for the upton time. The laws have failed us, and we need a solution. We can go on with this forever. NJC will take CCB, and CCB will take the presidency, and presidency will... It has failed, either from NBA, from NJC, from the executive. Everything has failed, and we, common Nigerians, ordinary Nigerians, are tired of all this. Politics has been introduced into it. We can't run away from that. We may pretend, but we can't run away from it. What am I saying? Let us go to equity and good conscience. When the law fails, even Justice Onnoghen himself knows. When his hands are tied in court and the law fails, we go to equity. And I've told you, what does equity say? So instead of the NBA expanding it, and the NJC is sitting today trying to find a way out, lawyers can pretend. I'm telling you, let us go to equity. And what does equity say? Is it good? Is it fair? For me, the solution would be for Justice Onnoghen, and I hope he's listening, I'm making an appeal on behalf of ordinary Nigerians. Let him come out to say, it's not worth my while to destroy the judiciary of this country, or for everybody to keep shouting and interpreting and trying to find the law in their corner. I will resign for whatever it's worth. Whether I'm wrong or right, whether the law is wrong or right, I will resign to save Nigeria for our sake. We are not members of the executive. We are not members of the people who put up the Constitution. We just want to be in our country. If he resigns, then the functionality...
or they'll take actions according to what you have said.
Pardon?
There is a process. The process must also ensure that the things that are before the tribunal already are addressed. So does it make any sense that he just comes out to say, okay, I resign, and then everybody goes to sleep? There has to be a process, because this is the formation of, or should I say expansion, of parts of relevant sections of our laws that will be relied upon in instances where we find ourselves in this kind of situation again.
Can I ask you a question? Are you taking a stand already that there's got to be a process? There's freedom.
No, there is a process already.
No, excuse me. I need to understand you. Is it the process? Is it the process of taking him out, or the process of resignation? There's no process to resignation.
You have said that
Buhari
he should resign.
Can wake up.
You said he should resign. No, hold on. Let me land on this. You have said that he should resign.
Yeah.
I am saying that there is a process already in court that is addressing these issues at the CCT. Are you saying that we discontinent that process?
You can